Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to introduce you to the Rhino interface and basic navigation. Before we start modeling anything, it's extremely important that you understand how to move in Rhino, where to find tools, and how the interface is organized in Rhino. The Rhino interface, so as you see, we have four viewports, and Rhino divides its window into six areas that supplies information and promote you for input. Rhino divides its window into some area that supply information or promote you for input. As you see here, I opened up my Rhino. So in here, you'll see window title, it just displays the current model's file name and file size. And you have menu bar in here. You'll see the file, edit, view, and all the tools that we are going to work with. Most of the Rhino commands can be found in this menu. And also, we do have a command area. The command area displays commands and commands prompts. The command window shows two lines by default. Like for example, you see these two lines. Like for example, this part is gonna be a history that is called a command history. And here you can type, like for example, you wanna use the tools. For example, I'm gonna work with line, so I'm able to write and type line in the comment bar and hit enter, and I'm able to work with that tools or comments, right? So again, we do have these two sections. So this one called comment area that we are typing, and here we do have a comment history, and so that your history is gonna be here, and you can actually copy and use the history later if you want to work with and use that comments in your project. And if you wanna to open a separate window that displays the comment history, you can press F2 on your keyboard. Like for example, I'm going to press F2 and you'll see comment history, and you can copy or save as your comment on this comment history as well. And to close that, you can close this and that's all. The next is a standard toolbar. A standard toolbar is a collection of tab toolbars. And here you can find your standard toolbar. And we do have toolbars, a sidebar, which is you have all of your tools. And here we do have a toolbars, a sidebar, that you can find all of the comments and tools from here as well. And as you see, we have properties. So in left side of the screen, and you'll see you can find the properties with this circle. Like you see the properties, and you have layers that we're going to work with later. And I wanna show you where you can find all of those. So here is the materials. We're going to add materials to the project. And so these are really important sections that you can find it out in here. If you want to, for example, you don't see the toolbars or some of those tools on your Rhino, you can right click on here and you see show toolbars. Select hit enter, and you'll see toolbars. For example, I'm gonna have array, right? So I can check this, and then you'll see array in my toolbar in here, right? So all of those tools that it's like just, for example, layers, you're able to check one of those and then have it on your Rhino. Here you'll see seaplane like the XYZ, and on your Rhino, and then also you need which is really important because we are going to work with feet and inches, not millimeter or centimeter. And here you have the default which shows which layer are you working with. So again, so if you go back to the layer, you will see we are in default layer. So I explain it this later. And here you'll see all those portions that you have created snaps and ordo and all of those. So we are going to work with some of those like created snap, ordo, and OS snap and gumball, which those are really important. And so I will show you this as well. Rhino has 4 viewports, and so top view, perspective view, front view, right view. Top view would be plan view, and a perspective view would be a 3D view, and right view, if front view is going to be elevation view, and right is going to be side elevation. So that we're working with all of those. So if you click on that, double click on top view to maximize the top view so you can see your top view. And then if you want to go back and see 4 viewports, so you can double click on top and then you will see all 4 viewports. So again, if you want to go to perspective view, double click on that and you'll see the perspective view. I'm going to just talk a little bit about the navigation because this is the most important part of the today's lesson. So how to move around, how to zoom or how to pan and rotate in Rhino. So first of all, it's really important to have a mouse because we are working with the 2D and 3D, making a 3D model. So it's really important to have mouse. All right, let's just work with zoom. Let's go to perspective view. And if you scroll mouse wheel, right, so you'll see I'm able to zoom in and zoom out in perspective view. Right? So scroll mouse wheel will help you to zoom in and zoom out. All right, the next is pen. If you hold shift on your keyboard and hold right mouse button, so you see the hand sign, right? So you can pan. Next is gonna be rotate. If you hold right mouse button and drag it, so in perspective view, and you're able to rotate around and move around. And we have these tools in top in here in toolbar, and you'll see pen and as I mentioned, shift plus right mouse bottom, and then you have a rotate. So you again you can control and shift and right mouse bottom, so you can select one of those. For example, if you want to use pen, you can select and you'll see I can use pen, and here if I want to use rotate, I can select that and then just move around and rotate. Here you have zoom. So here, if you click on that, so again, you can zoom in and zoom out using the left bottom of your mouse. And again, if you want to work with that, so you need to go back and select this zoom. So I'm gonna just work with again. So you'll see I can zoom in and zoom out. Here you have zoom window, which would be really good and useful to work. So for example, you want to zoom in on the like a part of the project, right, in a corner of the wall, or just you want to zoom in and see more detail. So you're able to work with that, right? How to do that? You can select this and drag a window where you want to zoom in, and then you'll see you're able to zoom in and see more detail of the project. So here you have the zoom extents, and you have the type of those zoom that you can check and work with in Rhino. All right, so and if you want to save your file, you can go to File, and you can save as your file. I highly recommend you all. Once you get started working with the new project, so make sure that you save as and make a folder for each project that you're going to work. Like for example, I'm gonna save this project, so I'm gonna hit save as, and first of all you have to create a folder, right? For example, I have something on desktop, so I'm going to select right click on that. You can save your file on desktop, the drive, or where it's safe to save your folder and files. Here I'm gonna create one new folder. Okay, I'm gonna name it, like for example Rhino, and then hit enter. And so you can select that, and here where you're going to save your file. So here you have file name and save as type. So in file name you can save it, like for example exercise 01. So I'm gonna type exercise ex the line 01, and you don't need to change this unless you wanna like have or export this to the like a DWG or AI Illustrator or other format. But if you wanna save this as a Rhino, like you need to save it as a 3DM. So then here you can hit save, and you save your file. As you see here, you see the name of my file. It's gonna be ex_01, and this is my file, and it's saved. And so that's all. And if you like keep working on that, so you don't need to go ahead and save as. You can actually with Control plus S on your keyboard, save your project. So for example, if I hold Control and S, and you see on history comment, so you'll see file successfully saved as, right? And you'll see where I saved this file, which is important to know. And if you want to open a new file, so you can go to file, and then just hit new and open a new file. And also you can open your existing Rhino, like a file that you have already, so you can select open. That's all for today's video, and I will be sharing more information in next videos.